Hey, what's up, guys? It's MetaGamesGX here, and we are doing a deck profile on my most recent branded deck that I took to a regional. It was the Columbus Regional over last weekend. It was about 440 players. I had an amazing time. Went with two of my local players. I went with two of my friends locally, Lucian and Charlie, both amazing players. So we had an amazing trip and it was an amazing event. I ended up getting 60th place, which was unfortunate because that equaled X3. So I bubbled out. There was 5 to 10 X3s that got in. It is what it is. I definitely lost to my own misplays. There was like one or two games that I really couldn't have done it. There was one game I really couldn't have done too much, but outside of that, I could have learned from my misplays. Also, the build, it's a really strong build. However, I'm not sure if this is the build I'd run again because this is very much a build that I've kind of went back to my origins. I went back to the duality. I went back to the Nadir Servant, which I thought necessarily wasn't the play of this format. However, it did really work out because I won like 7 die rolls in a row. So having the Nadir Servant was huge every time I get Ash just to be able to full combo. So I think that for that reason, this build it has really a merit. Like branded going forward, you have to basically weigh your going first and going second options because the deck has amazing going second options just built into the deck with a super poly and Albaz and the ability to run super poly and just other things like that. But you're able to run a lot of going first cards in my opinion because of that. So this is the list. This is a 45 card list, I want to say. I think it's very good. It was very strong. We'll go over my matchups too. The tier game that I lost, like I kind of just got outmilled, and then like the math mech game I lost the die roll and kind of just had the suboptimal hands both games. And then my third game that I lost, it was kind of like a very good back and forth. I lost in game 3 to one of my own misplays. So it is what it is. I think this is a very good build. That's why I think it warrants it. I think we can talk about branded going forward, especially with Age of Overlord, and where I think what you should be looking for to use with the deck. So yeah, we got 3 Ash, first of all, for 3 hand traps. Ash is amazing, obviously, because of Unchained, because of branded right now. However, I only was in one branded mirror match. This helped against the TEARLAMENT player, I will not lie. I think Ash really does warrant its spot currently. I don't love it in here. However, I think it's a necessary evil without like main decking super polys or really destructive board breakers. Like you have to have something for those combo decks. So we go into the Despia engine. We got 3 Alubers. I'm kind of still on 3. He can get bricky, but, I think that's just totally fine. At 3 in this build, you'll see why. We don't run the kit. So we want the 3 searchers. We want to see Aluber. So we get 3 Albazes, back on 3, because I think it's amazing for the grind game. If you go to 2, you basically get rid of your grind game. He's a super poly on your opponent's turn. He's a super poly on your turn when you gimmick puppet. So it's very good. And it's your way how to resolve 3 branded fusions at a game. Very good card. And then the girls, Quem to Cartesia, still on this ratio. I think it's basically the best ratio you got with these cards. Cartesia being a quick play fusion on either your turn or your opponent's turn, and then Quem being able to be like ad-lib, so you don't really have to run ad-lib. It does everything you need, but better with ad-lib. It sets up your recursion, it sets up your branded fusion plays, and then it also is able to loop your Mirror Jade, which is huge. And then Cartesia just does everything. It gets you into your gimmick puppet. It also gets you just into fusing on your opponent's turn to loop into Mirror Jade or, whatever. That's what I love about branded is you have so many options. That's why I think it will always be an extremely strong option for a good pilot in almost any format, as long as brand fusion's at 3, because you just have a super high ceiling with the deck as long as you're able to pilot it through the meta and make the correct tech choices. So we're gonna get into the one-ofs. We'll just do them all right here. The rest of the monsters. So two Bestials right here with Saranir and Lubellion, obviously. Though these monsters are here, we're gonna move them over here just a little bit, so it's a little brighter. But so yeah, we have Despia and we have Bestial Sarnier and Bestial Lubellion. I think these cards are still very much useful, especially with Tearlament back in the meta, and this guy just helps you get into Lost. And Sarnier usually as a combo piece with Cartesia in the deck, so I would never recommend cutting them. Dark Magician I decided to go back to, actually, because I was like, I'm on one duality. I didn't want to run any more than one duality, but I also wanted to have Dragoon access because I was still running the Fusion dupe engine, so I knew there was going to be a lot of times when I would end on Fusion dupe, and I would want to make a Dragoon, and then like sometimes like maybe even like go into a grind game. I want to make Dragoon. It really does help in those games. So Dragoon was okay. I never bricked on Dark Magician, which was no, I did actually one game. Like, so I might cut it. Honestly, it wasn't like outstanding. I might just like go to 2 dualities, honestly, because I didn't even see duality the whole event. Unfortunately, Dogmatica Maximus was amazing. Since there's no cash, you're always resolving this, but it does suck going second, so for that reason it might go. But it's very much in combination with Nadir Servant having that one. I one card gimmick locked very much that whole tournament. So people who discount that combo, they're high. They don't know what they're talking about. It's a very good combo. Albion the Shroud Dragon just like is your recursion, is your way to get your Branded Spell trap cards, and then Gimmick Puppet Nightmare. It's your best going first strategy in the game as long as you're going against a deck that's not Bestial related. You basically will want to go into Gimmick Puppet every game 1 you're going first, and then game 2 if you're not able to break a board, you set up the Gimmick Puppet lock when you're able to not end on a board you can guarantee a win with, because you're able to guarantee the win with this. And then one tragedy, one Mercurier. Mercurier is amazing. You're always searching that thing off so you can deny crows and bestials. And everyone's on crow this format, so which is nice. Because Mercurier works way better into crow. 3 Nadir Servant. So this card, I hate seeing this card going second, but sometimes it's not even bad going second because the fact that you can at least have a board after you crack their board, but it's not that great going second. It is, however, it's your best. It's the card you want to see above every other card going first, frankly, because basically like Brand Fusion plus this equals full combo through any hand trap, like effectively. And any other card combination helps that out. Nadir Servant is amazing because you're able to just play through Ash, like the Ash you use in Nadir Servant, do a 1-card gimmick lock basically through Nadir Servant, and you get a whole board through that. So it's very much a good, very, very good card, and I can't see myself cutting it from a branded deck anytime soon because of that. I just think it's too good not to run. It does suck going second, but that's why you should probably minimize on the other going first bricks. Like everything else is just clean besides the Nadir Servants. Further testing, I'm going to have an updated build eventually, especially before AGOV and after AGOV. Foolish Gold Stark, just because those are incredible generic searchers, and then we will get to the other. I mean, we have one duality because we run Dragoon, so it's able to get into Dragoon, or make them when they imperm your Grand Guignol or the Albion. You can use this to dodge timing, and it's also good recursion. I like it at 1. It's okay, so you don't draw it more than 2. So brick at 2. Brand Loss, Brand Retribution, Brand Red. Brand Loss is an incredible card. Just always performs so highly. Brand Red the same way. Retribution, amazing. 3 Branded Fusion because it's the heart and soul of the deck. It's why you run the deck. It's just one of the best cards in the whole game. It's a 1-card combo. It's a 1-card just everything. It's why you run Branded. 3 Fusion Deployment because we like breaking boards and getting to Cartesia. 3 Branded Opening because we like to see Quem and we like to see Aluber, and we like to... The destruction effect is very, very relevant in this format, I feel like, too. And here are the generics. 1 Called By because we hate Ash. 1 Heralded the Abyss because we hate Purrely. 1 Dark Ruler No More. And this is the Thrust package, by the way. 1 Dark Ruler No More because I feel like we're getting much more into big board territory. I think Dark Ruler is very good against certain decks, like especially Unchained and stuff like that. 3 Triple Tactics Thrust because I think it's the best generic spell card in the game currently. You're able to just search off anything. Shout out to those new Ken and Bens that are going to be broken using these cards for Mage of Overlord. But anyways, yeah, Triple Tactics Thrust is incredible. It's your way into Fusion Duplication and Triple Tactics Thrust to hand rip once you get Ash. So yeah, or other hand traps. So yeah, that is the main deck. Okay, let's go into the extra deck. It's very much my same extra deck from Nats. So if you know that extra deck, outside of like one change, so Bucephalus, because we send Brigand or the Renbrum or the Garura in the extra deck for the Nadir Servant lock. Then we get into the other names. I mean, we get 2 Grand Guignol because I like the recursion with 2 Grand Guignol, honestly. I really do. There was a lot of times where I needed 2 in the regional, and I was very happy that I ran 2. So don't sleep on 2. It's very much good if you're running this kind of like Nadir Servant gimmick version. Very good to run 2. Very important, honestly. 1 Sanctifier. This thing is the best card in the extra deck. Frankly, it's your evenly out. It's your gimmick puppet lock. It's untargetable. Very good card. And then we are going to move up these cards so we don't get the glare. 2 Mirror Jade because he's the best. The other best extra deck card in the extra deck. I really need Starlights. Hopefully they make an ulti soon. The card's amazing. You're able to just it's your way around this plus branded loss is how you beat Unchained, by the way, plus like a Renbrum even if you're able to. That's literally all you need to be Unchained. And so yeah, it's very good. 1 Lubellion because we don't have space for more, and 2 Albion because it's our best fuser and it's their best send off of Nadir Servant and Mirror Jade. 1 Protoplanet Dracostapelia because it's very good. Like especially if they like crow one of your targets, you're able. If you don't have the Stapelia, you usually just like fizzle. They fizzle your fusion, but if you have the Stapelia, it doesn't fizzle. 1 Lulu to send off of the Nadir Servant or summon through Grand Guignol. We are not playing Quertus actually. I kind of miss Quertus. Yeah, I definitely regret not running Quertus. So I would probably take out Dragoon and put in Quertus and then Chimera because Dragoon's good. I just don't think it felt win more, honestly. Like I didn't necessarily need it. But you could toy with it. I think you do need something. Like if you go back into dualities, what you could do is keep the Dragoon and then go to 1 Grand Guignol or take out the Renbrum. I'd take out the Renbrum because it's like not really that necessary in this build if you have the Dragoon as your Omni Negate. So yeah. So that was the extra deck. Let's get into the side deck quickly, and then we'll get into matchups and final thoughts. 3 Super Poly, because this card is amazing against the matchups. It's amazing against like Tearlament and other things. We have the Garura. So yeah, and Despia it's very good against, and Hero, so which I all played against. 3 evenly, so I thought this was actually a correct choice, even though it does suck against Purrely Unchained. It is amazing against the rest of the meta. Kind of same with the evenly matched. Just cleans up your other matchups, and you already have a really good matchup into Unchained and Purrely because of main decking the thrust and everything, so you're able to really just play into them very well. My Unchained matchups both felt very winnable, and the only reason I lost the one was because of small misplay, and it was against a very good player too. Shout out to the Unchained player. He was from Indy with his group. 3 Nibiru. This did not even resolve. I'm actually kind of regretting running Nibiru. However, I do think if I saw it, I probably would have been happy with it, to be honest. So yeah, like Nibiru, like no one, like Unchained players were not playing under Nibiru, so I would definitely not cut this, but I did not get to see it in my 9 rounds, which was crazy. 1D Barrier, another card I did not see. I mean, it's so inconsequential that I might like run just a different card, but it's just there for Purrely or just other decks to turn skip them when they hand trap you, and you don't end on too much. And then 3DD Crow, because this is better than Bestial, because the Bestial loses to Purrely, and you can side this in against Purrely when they target with Purrely and basically turn skip them. I would run this going forward in this stack. Like in Tearlament, I like Druid Swarm because of the fusion and level 6. Synergy, however, in Branded, there isn't that much synergy, so the Crow is just fine. And then 1 Harpy Feather Duster to search off of Thrust. It's very good. I didn't really play that many back row decks, so it didn't come up, but I definitely resolved it a couple times where it did help. So I really like this extra deck. The only thing I would really change is maybe, honestly, the D barrier, but like I thought this was an extremely strong extra deck. or side deck. I was not on Teekaboos though. I would be on Teekaboos now. I think Teekaboo is really necessary for Flu and all these turn skip decks like MathMac that would have helped. If I had Teekaboos in my side deck, I would have topped. Like unfortunately enough. So like in retrospect, I probably would have cut the Nibirus for Teekaboos because the Nibirus were basically inconsequential for me, or the evenly matched because evenly matched were kind of just mid. Like honestly, it'd probably be the evenly matched, but then I would have to like go into lightning storms and I would make it fit. But so you and like maybe even like 2 super poly or something, you guys can make it work if you guys just suggestions for if you want to make this build and try it out for what you might be able to do. Now let's talk about things I was going to do with this build, and then we'll do matchups. Before this event, or like the day before this event, the build I was going to run was 3-3 with Kit because I wanted to, because no one is on Droll, and I was basically correct. I did not see any Drolls that day. So this could have been the play instead. So maybe something to test is like the Kaijus because they're great against purrely and they're good against Unchained. And Allure just like gives you a lot of gas to where you can play through most hand traps no matter what, or most boards no matter what. The Kit just because it's another dark too. And then also there's like expanding the girl engine plus duality, maybe even to go back to that. That is something I will be testing in the future. And now let's go over my matchups. So basically, round 1, we lost versus Tier. It went to game 3. Very nice guy, and I won my first 7 die rolls, by the way. So, fun fact. But yeah, so his deck wasn't milling that good, but like game 3, he just milled the Kelback and it hit because he had the Bestial for my Gimmick Puppet. I didn't have the out for it. So that's why I feel like duality would have helped in my deck more. Round 2, I won against Heroes. Won the die roll. It was basically just like the swiftest 2-0 of my life. Won round 3 against Unchained. Won the die roll. Won the game. That was kind of just like a whatever game. It wasn't really too remarkable. I was able to play around his board pretty well and easily. And then round 4 against Unchained, I lost. It was against his friend. He played the deck very well too, but I just misplayed in game 3, and it was a very good game. Very good game. We both acknowledged that. So it was definitely my best game of the tournament. Don't regret that game, but I do regret. I made a misplay, so that probably did cost me. Round 5, won the die roll. 2-0 branded, super poly, destroyed the board. Very nice player, but like they didn't really know the deck entirely. They were on Gimmick Puppet. I was able to just see that a mile away, and they kind of like messed up on the sequencing actually, so they weren't able to really end on a great board. Round 6, won the die roll against Dogmatica Invoked. 2-1 set the lock, and then game 2 I misplayed, but then he had a good board. But then game 3 I played Thrash without Thrush and locked him with 1 card. Oh, like it was crazy. I had a 1-card gimmick lock without the Nidir. It was crazy. And then round 7 I went against Sprite Kashtira. That was a very cool deck to see Kashtira all the way that far, but we were both X2 at that point, so I did win against him. He made me go first game 3, which I think he went because I kept in the Gimmick Puppet, so I was able to just build a board. I didn't see my going second card, so I was very lucky on that. Sometimes it does work where if you make me go first, after I think I'm going second, it will brick me, but like that's why you always gotta keep in the Gimmick Puppet, frankly, because people will do that shit against you. Round 8 though, I lost in my first die roll, and I lost against MathMac. It kind of sucked. I bricked, and I also probably misplayed because he just had so much gas. I probably should have Druid Swarmed his circular like way back, but it wasn't able. I was stupid. Then round 9, I won against Exo Sister. So yeah, that was my regional. I got 60th place, X3. This deck is very good. I think you guys should try it out. And thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support. We're almost at 1,700 subscribers, so please like and subscribe. Leave a comment below what you think of this deck profile. I'm definitely going to be doing more branded content, more combos, more test hands. We're going to be recording them, pumping them out because I've been kind of taking a break lately from content, just autopilot lately, but we're back. So I hope you guys stick around for that. Then also check out the unofficial YuGiOh podcast on YouTube and Spotify. Links in below. It's a weekly YuGiOh TCG podcast where we talk about meta trends, news, and everything like that. Market watch. It's a fun time, and you guys should check it out. Rate us on Spotify 5 stars if you like it even, and we'd appreciate it. Like I said, leave a comment, subscribe, and I will be seeing you guys later. Have a great day.